Yo. So I watched the Knuckles show a couple days ago, and I actually kind of liked it. I'm not gonna lie. Is this bad? Yeah, it is, but my humor is dead, so I thought, why not? I'm gonna review the whole Knuckles show. I already know this video is gonna go off the rails, so let's just go. So I saw a bit of the reviews going in, and I noticed that this episode was kind of the only episode that people liked, because it was the only episode to have Sonic the Hedgehog in it, and the original movie's director, and also because it's the most screen time Knuckles gets by far. So our main Knuckles conflict of his show is that he needs to learn that Earth is a safe place and his home. He also gets grounded for destroying everything. And yeah, that's kind of it. So now let's go to the actual main character of the Knuckles show, Wade Whipple, who besides what the media tells you is actually funny. Stop dissing on Wade Whipple! He's funny! So Wade's arc in this show is learning to become a warrior so he can beat the bowling championship in Reno. And his main motivation for this is he got beaten by a child and got kicked off the team by this biker guy. I forgot his name. Oh wait, actually now that I think about it, I forgot most of these characters' names. Oh wait, I just remembered his name. It's Jack Sinclair! Yeah, he's the main villain of the show. The Knuckles show really is the best show in cinema history. Kind of like Red One. The only movie that actually kind of made me question why I paid $28 for my friend and I to go see it. Like it was peak cinema, but it also was like really shit. I'm not gonna lie. It was like actually pretty bad. And there's like a whole story with The Rock and how he pissed in bottles on the set. Like what the fuck happened to Red One, bro? What is going on? Oh, wait. I'm supposed to be talking about the Knuckles show. What, you're mad I'm not making a review about Red One? You want some chips or something? Also in this episode, Wade mentions his father and how he abandoned him outside of TJ Maxx.
What happened to him?
TJ Maxx.
Is that the warrior who slayed him? A fearsome name indeed.
It's a discount department store.
Bro, you cannot say that and not expect me to laugh. I really hope that doesn't make me a bad person. Anyway, A tier level episode. I didn't even know we were ranking these, but we are now, so yeah. So this episode has an I Need a Hero sequence, kind of like Shrek 2. And the entire time, I was wondering if we were ever going to address that, and they didn't. So fuck me, I guess. I'll just eat my chips in peace. This episode is when we're really introduced to the newest gun agents. Oh wait, so they're the main villains of the TV show. I didn't know their names, so I just called her Bobcat Glasses Gal and Kid Cudi. So previously on Dragon Ball Z, the gun agents had captured Knuckles at the arcade. Somehow Wade Whipple knew exactly where they were and hatched together a brilliant plan using a montage that I talked about before. Side note, this episode is weirdly erotic. Like I remember out loud saying, this show should be called Wade Whipple x Knuckles Erotic Times in Reno. Yes, I talk to myself while I'm watching TV shows. It's a problem. So Wade fucks it up enough to save Knuckles and they both get the hell out of there. And they also get a bounty. Overall, this episode is a bit weaker than the last one, so I gotta say B tier. Oh yeah, just for a bit of reference, I'll rate Oppenheimer and Godfather on this list too, and yeah, both F tier. Honestly, they shouldn't have even competed. I will give the edge to Oppenheimer because of this meme. It was really funny. A lot of people say that this is the worst episode, and no, it really isn't. This episode mainly focuses on Wade Whipple and his struggle to fit in with his family, and Knuckles is just hanging out with Wade's mom most of the time. I actually did find the whole family dynamic of the show very endearing and cool, even if the sister is a whole villain by herself. God damn it, add the villain counter to 3. Anyway, we also get introduced to another new villain, which is the Bounty Hunters. Wade Whipple also has a cardboard cutout that he says he hugged a lot. You're outing yourself. Then they have a one-taker where the mom and Knuckles are just beating the shit out of everybody, and it's actually pretty funny, but like, okay, I'll move on. But you know what isn't alright? This intro. For some context, I almost never skip intros on TV shows. I don't know why, but this is just kind of how I'm like. But this intro, God, it is so boring. Maybe the anime side of my brain is used to just cool spectacles and isn't entertained, but God, this is a drag. Like, bro, where was the one dream, one wish? Anyway, another B tier episode. I thought it was pretty funny, but I don't have a lot to say about it, so let's move on. What the actual fuck? Listen, I don't use this lightly, but this episode might be the biggest clusterfuck of entertainment I've ever seen. But I don't care because this shit was so goddamn funny. Also, my Paramount Plus subscription ran out in the middle of the script. This doesn't really affect anything, but I'm kind of pissed right now. Mainly because I don't want to spend money on this. Anyway, this episode starts off with Wade getting kidnapped by Jackson Clare! You know, the guy from the first episode that really hasn't been relevant in the slightest to the story, but he's got to get back anyway. Anyway, he puts him in this weird cage, and then there's the highly erotic chat between Jackson Clare and Wade. I don't know why this TV show is like weirdly sexual, but you know, to each their own, I guess. I don't even think that's how that phrase was used, but you know, whatever. I think it sounds good, so who cares? Then the weird shit kind of starts to happen. So if you've been wondering for a while, wow, Knuckles actually looks kind of good for a TV show. And that's because of this episode. Wade passes out and gets transferred back to the bowling alley with this weird echidna guy. I don't remember his name. Then they just start performing a play for some reason. And it's really fucking funny because you know they would have done this in animation if they had the budget. But it's still peak though. This musical number featuring Jackson Clare is the true peak for the whole film industry. Honestly, if the best TV show of the year doesn't go to this, we need to stage a riot, honestly. Like, anywho, Wade gets inspired by Knuckles' journey and decides to jump 40 feet in the air. Then it's the showdown of the century. The showdown that the show never built up to. Jackson Clare versus Wade Whipple. Truly a moment in movie history. And okay, I'm kind of getting tired of writing for this episode, so Wade wins and cuts off the locks. And in the end, Knuckles is proud. S tier episode. And if you say otherwise, I'm gonna fight you. Well, unfortunately for us, we have the only episode that really isn't that great. Still better than Oppenheimer and Godfather, though. Reno Baby is just kind of boring, even for me. Knuckles really isn't in this episode at all, and when he is in it, it's kind of weird. And listen, I know this has been happening for the whole show, but other episodes have more interesting shit going on than this. Anyway, remember the gun agents that haven't been relevant for a couple episodes now? Yeah, well, they're partnering up with this crime boss named, the Buyer. Okay, so he is the true main villain of this show, I think. The gun agents make a pact with him to take down Knuckles, who so far hasn't changed in the slightest outside of episode 2. Anyway, you remember the Wade dad story from episode 1? Yeah, we finally get to meet him in this episode, and yeah, Wade, something tells me that this isn't your real dad. I think Wendy was cheating on your dad, dude, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, they already knew how to piss me off the most, and I'm pretty sure you can tell just by looking at him why. But he did have a couple nice moments with his dad. I thought that the bowling montage was nice, but nothing more. Wade's mom also saw them talking, and she gets all pressed, and she's like, hey dude, be careful, this man run away from you, which is actually completely valid. And Wade's like, you don't understand, mom. Then Wade goes to the penthouse where his dad lives. And what do you know? He lied. He's a twist villain. Hey, you guys know how Puss in Boots masterfully pulled off 3 villains? Well, this show is 2 times better because it has 6 villains. Fuck you, good movie. I'm putting you in negative F tier. Anyway, the gun agents paid off his dad and want Knuckles, so they send Wade away to go get him. The whole time you're like, no, Knuckles is your good friend. And then this episode ends on a cliffhanger. Yeah, this one was the only one that I didn't think was so strong. Put it in C tier. Finally, the last episode of the Knuckles show. Does it manage to stick the landing, cementing its place in cinema history? Yeah, I liked it. So we start right where we left off as Knuckles is about to be betrayed. Is this it for Knuckles? No, he was listening the whole time. So Knuckles comes in, wrecks this British guy's penthouse, and Wade frees his family, except for his sister, who for some reason dislocates her thumb. I thought that was really gross. Knuckles also beats the ever-living shit out of Bob Cut, Glasses Gal, and the other guy, who got stuck in this infinite loop of rings and just die, I guess? What is with this franchise and just killing off villains really quickly? So Wade has to hurry to the bowling alley where he must face off against his father. Thankfully, he manages to make it, dropping one of the hardest lines in the entire TV show.
Put that trophy down, Dad.
Which of course means the hardest lines of all of cinema. They have a roast battle, and yeah, let's get to the actual bowling. All of them, including the little girl, bowl perfect strikes, leading us into the final round. But before this, Knuckles gets to see the Buyer and is low-key getting destroyed, so let's just head back to Wade. Here we are, the final frame. Both teams are tied. The weird British dad moves first. He lines up his shot and rolls. Wade, Susie, and the whole world watches the ball makes collision, knocking down all but one pin, which spins. The pin spins and spins, wherever it landing, deciding the fate of the entire game, and then it settles, making victory possible. The dad begins to try and weigh him down, but Wade doesn't falter. Just like what the echidnas taught him. His bravery shines through brighter than ever before. Wade lines up his shot. This is the difference between glorious victory and a complete once. He pulls the exact same shot as his dad. The pin spins and spins. How this goes decides the fate of the whole game, but also the fate of the entire world. In these final moments, Wade watches in fear. Could his technique have failed him now? But then, a miracle happens. The pin falls over, meaning Wade Whipple has officially won the championship in Reno, Nevada! Oh yeah, Knuckles comes in and then this fight happens and, no one really cares about this. Knuckles learns what it finally means to have a home, and they also hint to Shadow when they say the 1974 tourney. Anyway, that's the end of the episode and the show. Overall, I give it an A tier. It was pretty good. So yeah, that's the Knuckles show. I don't really have any more to say. If you could subscribe, that would be cool. Don't have to though. Have a good day and thanks for watching.